Dear students, good morning. We are going to start the module 2. Module 2 is about smart objects, the things in IoT. And in this lecture video, we will be studying the two topics, the smart objects, the things in IoT and sensors. So let us start. First, we will define what is smart objects. Smart objects are those objects which can sense something in the surrounding, and it can collect the data from the surrounding, and it can uh, uh, provide to some another device to process it. So we'll go with the definition. Smart objects are any physical objects that contain embedded technology to sense and or interact with the environment in a meaningful way by being interconnected and enabling communication among themselves or an external agent. It should interact with the environment using some embedded technology, and it should interact with the some communication devices. So that is the overall definition of the smart object. So some fundamental building blocks of IoT networks are, there are three fundamental building blocks of IoT networks are sensors, actuators and smart objects. So let us go one by one. Sensors. What is sensor? Sensor, with its name itself, it is saying some object which can sense. A sensor does exactly as its name indicates, means it senses. A sensor measures some physical quantity and converts the measurement reading into digital representation. It's a very right. Sensor has to sense some parameters, some reading from the environment, and it will represent it into the digital representation. That digital representation is typically passed to another device for transformation into useful data that can be consumed by intelligent devices or humans. That digital representation is typically passed to another device. So the digital sensor will sense the data, it will convert into digital representation, and it will pass to some another device for useful transformation. Next, sensors are not limited to human-like sensory data. They are able to provide an extremely wide spectrum of rich and diverse measurement data with far greater precision than human senses. So sensor can sense the data with all the parameters. It is beyond, it sense the objects surroundings beyond the human sense. Sensors provide superhuman sensory capability. That's why it is called, since sensors are sensing the environment beyond the human sense, that's why it is called superhuman sensory capability. Now, types of the sensors. The sensors are divided in different groups, different categories. First one is active sensors and passive sensor. So let us see what is active sensor and what is passive sensor. Sensors can be categorized based on whether they produce an energy output and typically require an external power supply, or active, or whether they simply receive energy and typically require no external power supply. If the sensors are if the sensor requires external power supply to be active, then it is called active. And if if they receive energy, whatever it requires, and no external power supply, then it is called passive sensors. Means those sensors which need continuous power supply for its work, for it to function, then it is called active sensor. But those which receives the energy and continuously it will be working without any external power supply, then it is called passive sensor. Then invasive or non-invasive sensor. Sensors can be categorized based on whether a sensor is part of environment it is measuring or external to it. So it is called invasive. If a sensor is part of environment, it is called invasive sensor, and if it is external sensor, then it is called non-invasive sensor. Contact or non-contact. Sensors can be categorized based on whether they require physical contact with what they are measuring or not in contact. So, suppose any sensor which need a physical contact of the object for which it is measuring, then it is called contact sensor. Or if those sensor which doesn't need the physical contact, then it is called no contact sensor. Absolute or relative. Sensors can be categorized based on whether they measure on an absolute scale or based on a difference with a fixed or variable reference value. Sensors can be categorized based on whether they measure an absolute scale. If the sensors measure on absolute scale, it is called absolute sensor. Or if a sensor is measuring anything relative with some variable or parameter, then it is called relative sensor. Then area of application. Sensors can be categorized based on specific industry or vertical where they are being used. So it's based on industry sensor or any institution sensor. It is based on that, also based on the area of application. How sensors measure? Sensors can be categorized based on physical mechanism used to measure sensory input. So, for example, thermometer, electrochemical, piezoresistive, optic, electric, fluid, mechanic, photoelastic. So this is all how they measure that, based on also it is categorized here. Like the physical phenomenon a sensor is measuring is shown in the table. What are the physical phenomena a sensor can measure? Position. First one is position. A position sensor measures the position of an object. The position measurement can be either in absolute terms or in relative terms.